Hey guys, how's it going? It's been a while, but I've got another knife video for you. This is going to be a quick look and overview of my custom knife factory, CKF Sukhoi. This is an awesome knife for the money. It is a super high value piece of functional art, in my opinion. It has a lot of stuff, a lot of features and materials that you'd only see on knives that are at least double the price that you'll pay for this. And not to mention the fit and finish. The fit and finish on this knife, and in my experience, all of the CKF knives, is just absolutely incredible. They pay a lot of attention to detail. I do know that a lot of their stuff is produced in China. However, I think that's really, not a bad thing for the purpose of what, CKF is trying to do, because you're not going to be able to get a knife of this quality, these materials, for a price that you're going to pay for this really from anywhere else. And so I think what they're doing is pretty unique, because they're using very high-end materials, but they're utilizing, China for the production and milling and whatnot of most of the materials. And then what they do is they ship them back to Moscow, where they're hand finished and assembled. So produced in China, assembled in Moscow. And really it all comes together to make a very nice high-end product for a very decent price. This knife is about $390. I believe they're sold out pretty much everywhere. I think there's a new batch coming up, maybe towards the summer of this year. You'd have to pay close attention to that. I definitely would. I'd try to get your hands on one if you have the opportunity or the means to. So let's talk about the knife for a quick second. It's a very large knife. It's a 4.1 inch blade. So that puts the overall length at about 9¼ inches. So it's a very big knife, overall length and blade length wise. But honestly, I think it looks awesome. I think the size really does it justice, because you just get more of the lines and more of the angles. You can see it's very organic how it's designed. You have a piece of milled carbon fiber, and then you have this beautiful piece of milled titanium, and it's actually titanium with a carbon fiber onlay. So you have the frame carbon or titanium, and then you have this piece of carbon fiber that's onlayed to the milled out titanium. So it's a very robust knife, full titanium, other than the carbon fiber onlays, inlays, whatever you want to call them. Basically the same general concept on the lock side. You can see that incredible pocket clip. That's an awesome pocket clip. 3D milled titanium. If I'm going to give this pocket clip one knock, it's going to be that it is so sharp, and that if you're wearing pants that aren't really that, if you're not wearing jeans, you're wearing khakis or something that's a little bit more delicate, you're going to want to be careful clipping this onto your pants, because if you miss, that could scrape up your pants pretty good. But I love the shape of that 3D milled titanium pocket clip. You can see that you kind of have a little ridge here that sort of looks like a backspacer, because it is a backspacer, but it's exposed from the sides, which kind of is a nice contrast to the overall kind of flowing design of the knife. You get a straight line there with that backspacer. There you can see how the carbon fiber is laid onto the titanium. Another really nice feature I like about this knife and all of the CKF folders is that they utilize stainless steel inserts on the lock faces. So you're going to get very long wear time. You're not going to have to worry about your lockup changing. And if it does, you can just replace the stainless steel interface. You can see it's held on there with a screw. Another very awesome part of this knife is the pivot. That pivot is awesome. You can see the blade also. This is, as I said, 4.1 inches of S35VN. So very high-end quality steel. And it has a very beautiful hand-rubbed satin finish to it. I'm not sure if it's actually hand-rubbed. That's how they describe it, but I don't know if that's just kind of their description for the finish on the blade. Either way, it is absolutely impeccable, and it's one of the best blade finishes I've ever had or seen on any knife, let alone one that is sub $400. So you can see here you have a really nice thumb stud. This is not a flipper. You can see that the thumb stud is very nicely accented with the chamfering. Very nice. Titanium, kind of like a bead blast, kind of matches the rest of the titanium on the knife, and it gives a nice purchase for your thumb. This knife has a very nice action, very smooth. It is riding on a ball bearing system. It's actually riding on 2 rows of bearings on either side, and they're actually set into a polymer washer. So very similar to the KVT system, or the roller bearing system that we see on a lot of knives, but it's actually 2 rows on each bearing or each washer. So I'm not sure if that practically makes a difference, but it is cool. I'll give it that, and it definitely does produce a nice smooth knife. I have taken this apart because for some reason these CKFs, they come with so much grease on the pivot, and I just wanted all that out of there. So it's much smoother now with a lighter oil on the pivot after that was all cleaned out. You can see that carbon fiber is just incredible. I love the look of this carbon fiber. I love like the ripple design on this titanium. See your CKF logo there with the S35VN stamp. You can see this long, beautiful blade, incredibly sharp, as it should be. So I'll give you a quick look at what the knife came with. Came with a little birth certificate of authenticity. You can see there's Sukhoi. It's got the designer's name there. The materials, blade steel, birth date, and then signature. So that's pretty cool. And then I really love the padded case that these come with. Really nice, high quality padded case, and a nice big yellow microfiber to keep it safe and clean. All of CKF's folders come in these, by the way, so that's really cool. Another nice detail that a lot of, companies, makers will not give you. So that's a general overview and my impressions of this knife. I definitely would highly recommend it to you if you want a very nicely designed, made knife that has got a lot of materials that you'd normally have to pay a lot more money for. If you're looking for that, I would get this knife because it's cool. Alright guys, if you have any questions, leave me a comment, and otherwise, stay tuned for some more videos to come. Thanks.